Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the build video of the DC10. This is part one. This is the high motor mount assembly. And I felt it was necessary to break this into two parts because the video was getting a little long and there's some things to call out about the assembly. Now, a lot of you may have heard, if you are thinking of getting this car, this manual is hot trash, 100%. It's almost like the dude checked out halfway through while writing the manual, so not a good one, that's for sure. Kind of surprising from Associated. That being said, you will still need the manual. You will need to jump to the back of the manual to get your head around the high motor mount. Put that aside. High motor mount. You will not need the short deck. You will need the longer upper deck. Disregard in the video that follows, when you see this waterfall attached to the transmission, you will not need this for the high motor mount. Also disregard the +6 upper deck mount. You will need the mount that does not say +6. So in the manual, definitely start at the beginning, jump to the back to get your head around the fact that this waterfall, beginning of the manual, is part of the battery tray assembly. So when you do need to assemble the battery tray, go to the back of the manual and assemble it that way, because you're going to be disregarding this and you'll be assembling two equal pieces. The only odd thing that doesn't kind of call out in the manual, it keeps saying be aware of the orientation. What they're talking about is there's just a shape on each side that this needs to clock into, and it will correspond with how these are allowed to open and close. It's basically a half-rounded portion. So get yourself set up, piece together the battery tray, see how it works, and then you just slide it in here and mount it. So that's at the back of the manual. Keep that in mind. When you see the battery tray being assembled at the beginning of the manual, don't do that. Go to the back. That is essentially the odd stuff going on back here. The reason you're not using the +6 is because the transmission will be +6 millimeters off the deck. So you're using this mount, which clocks the transmission a little lower and locates it down there. So that's why that is like that. Also pay attention to the orientation. Jump to the back of the manual. Assemble the motor plate the way they tell you at the back. So what you're getting from the back of the manual essentially is battery tray, which upper deck, which mount, orientation of this. And that's essentially it for why you'd be at the back of the manual. And that's for high motor mount, as I said. So if you need help assembling this, jump forward, skim through the video, see how I put this together. Disregard in the video that the motor mount, the waterfall, is on there. I do try my best early in the video to remove that, install this, and install all this. I just don't want to confuse you guys. It's a bit of an odd car to put together. If it's going to be your first drift car, you're going to be mad at this company for giving you a manual that didn't set you up for success. That's not to say that Associated is bad. I'm not sure what happened in this scenario. I have never had a situation with Team Associated where the manual was bad. So let's just disregard this. Pretend it didn't happen. Anyway, part one, this is where we're at. Part two will be shocks and everything else. There are some issues with the direction of the steering knuckles and where you mount the ball studs. So we'll go through that. So yeah, this is part one. Check out the rest of the video. Hope I help you build this car. It is a great car. Disregard the manual, use it to help you get it built, and everything will make sense. I'll see you in the next video.